Welcome back to Uthanax Legion, a division of the Kolat Information Network. Welcome back to our set review of Into the Accordlands. You can find parts 1 through 4. That would have been for Deverenians, Dwarves, Elves, and Free Kingdoms, linked in the description below. Notice that I am doing Nothrog before Mercenaries. Mercenaries is going to be a longer video because there are more mercenary cards and they have applications beyond their own faction. So I moved up Nothrog uh, to do today. Um, so let's get to my Orc Boys. The reason I'm here, the faction that I picked up my first starter for, which oddly enough was Uthanac. um, So let's start here with Akfuk. He is a Reaper, a level 1 evil fighter, orc, +7 melee attack, 9 AC, plus 0 skill, 1 hit point. At the end of the turn, if Akfuk did not wound an opposing character this turn, kill him. So this guy has been splitting heads open or die trying all the way back. He's not a character that you probably want to be starting, um, but he is a character that is very brutal. Um, and so he's efficient at what he does most of the time. +7 is no guarantee in this game, um, unfortunately. Um, and 9 AC means that there's a good chance that, well, he might miss. So be prepared for him to fail because there's a good chance that he will. Um, so have a plan if he does fail. But my best thought is um, don't play him as your starter. Um, but he is kind of +7 is really hard. Like I said, you can miss, and it sucks. Um, but it's definitely worth it. But do not put him. Don't start him. Not worth starting him. Next up is a new card. This is Bear Legion Recruit, a level 1 evil fighter, orc, +2 attack, 11 AC, +1 skill, 1 hit point, death react. Your target fighter moves forward 1 rank. Now, this is a character that I would think about starting, um, particularly in a fighter-based deck. Um, you're probably going to have a good build out of Nothrogs for this. So I could see starting him in play, or maybe just running him in the rest of the deck, so I can get my big dudes up to the front rank and make it easier to punch something. All in all, a good card. 11 AC is a little susceptible, but that's pretty typical for the orcs. Um, but obviously, if you do happen to get the attack off and kill one of your opponent's cards, and then he kills this and just inches your dude forward a little bit at a time, um, you may have your warlord in the front ranks ready to start slaying multiple characters per attack. So be on the lookout for this one. Another OG, if you will, catapult crew. This is a level 3 evil classless character siege. Plus 0 melee, 10 AC, plus 1 skill, 1 hit point, unarmed. Spend order. Perform a plus 5 range strike that may target a character additional rank away. this goes this goes back a ways, back to the original Saga of the Storm. I don't remember if it was that set or Assassin Strike, but it's extremely old. Um, Siege characters had the problem of they couldn't move, or most of them couldn't move on their own. Of course, this one's on wheels, so maneuvering is actually possible. Um, uh, but being able to play this at level 3, move it to level 2, or rank 2, and then fire off a ranged 5 that can hit your opponent's first row or second row, first rank, second rank, is really good, and it's still quite good, particularly as we start a new format, a new environment. Next is Do Run, is a level 3 evil fighter, elf, orc, barbarian. Um, isn't that an Urukai? Anyway, uh, melee attacks of plus 5 and plus 3, 11 AC, plus 4 skill, 2 hit points. Limited react. Before Do Run suffers wounds, perform a melee strike. This is a dude you want on the front line going, hit me, I dare you. No, I'm serious. Hit me, I dare you. Um, plus 5 plus and plus 3 is yee. And if he's unwounded and on the front line when this happens, potentially getting multiple swings, like 4, one attack by spending and one attack with a react. That's going to hurt. Um, Hopefully the barbarian trait will gain us some additional fun later. Uh, Lots of barbarian trait cards in ancients, and some of those are really good. So here's hoping for the future. Next up is Darljaka Tar. Um, see, I'm almost certain that this is a reprint. Yes, this one is a reprint from the Siege expansion. It's a level 1 Evil Wizard Orc, a plus 0 melee, 9 AC, plus 3 skill, 1 HP. Spend order. Target character within 1 rank suffers minus 5 armor class this turn. um, Personally, unless you're wanting to run a Spell Blitz deck and want wizards in every rank, um, I don't know how much that I would be using him, to be honest. Um, I love seeing some Carl Frank artwork in this again because Carl's done some amazing work for both for Warlord, for L5R, and a big fan. Unfortunately, I just don't think this character um, is good enough in most builds. Next up is a rare. This is Flamefall, a level 5 evil rogue Dragon Siege. Yes, I could see this being a siege engine. Um, Fiery attacks of +8, +0, and +0, 14 AC, +7 skill, 3 hit points, unique and unarmed. Order. Spend your character in this rank. Move forward up to 2 ranks. Um, so this bad boy wants to fly. Fly all the way up. Um, I'm I'm just curious, why a rogue? That dragon's not hiding for much. Um, don't think he's sneaking up on anybody. Could be wrong. Um, and as a siege engine, I would have figured it would have, I don't know, classless maybe, something else, but rogue to me doesn't seem to fit. However, still a very strong, powerful dragon. Whether you play it in Nothrog or whether you're going to play the dragon um, dragon drop or dragon ranching deck. Um, yes, there is one of those in this era of the game. You will see it. It's pretty good. Next, we have Green Flower Warden. So this is a level 2 Good Wizard, Votar Shaman, +2 melee attack, 12 AC, +2 skill, 1 hit point. Uh, Green Flower Warden gains +1 level for casting spells. And a spell is a cleric or wizard action card. Uh, Limited order. Discard a card from your hand or the top of your deck. I have. I can't fully say that I understand the idea of the limited order. Maybe if you know the top card of your deck is crap and you want it in your discard pile, or discarding a card from hand would do any good. Um, Typically, but because of the way the redrawing the hand size at the end of turn works, I don't know about that ability itself. Now, as a spellcaster, being able to cast level 3 wizard spells is very clutch. And if you are playing a spell heavy deck, uh, you're probably going to be interested in this. Also, hopefully, the shaman keyword will matter at some point in through the design process. Next up is Hugunk, a level 2 evil wizard orc, +2 melee, 12 AC, +3 skill, 1 hit point. Um, Hugunk's range strikes may target an additional rank away. So, as I recall, this card was a part, I think it was a part of the Gen Con 23 preview decks. Um, and I think even the early demo deck that was showed off, I think this one had a more generic name at the time. Um, Steve Argyle. Well, that's a nice name to hear again. Yeah, this is a reprint from Epic Edition as well as 4th Edition. Unfortunately, I didn't play either of these blocks, so I didn't remember seeing this one. Um, but a level 2 that can um, fire a range strike at your opponent's front rank or second rank is really good. And being a wizard, allowing for spell casting is very good. Um, this is also another character that you could consider in a spell blitz deck. Um, Burning Scroll attaching to this guy would be pretty good on top of some of the spells that we have, like Magic Missile or Blast, just to name a couple. All in all, a very solid level 2 and a nice reprint for Saga. Joe Leg. So Joe Leg is a new character. Um, this is a level 1 evil rogue goblin scout. Plus 0 fire attack, 12 AC, plus 3 skill, 1 hit point. Adjacent Nothrog characters gain plus 2 attack. Um, More than likely, in most builds that I can see for Nothrog, you're going to be starting a playset of Jolegs in play. You're this is I guess you could say part of a cycle of characters um, that each have something that passes ability or not abilities, but attack bonuses, armor bonuses, hit points, different things to other characters, adjacent characters, and it's easy for a person to understand it. Sometimes it's hard to remember. It's like, oh yeah, this one is next to these two. So a front line of all Joe legs, the outside two Joe legs are plus 2 attack, and the middle Joe leg is plus 4 attack. Um, and anything that moves up and in between these will be getting the bonus from either. So, all in all, a very solid character and a starter that you're going to see quite often. Um, Next is Cragdom. This is a level 3 good wizard, troll shaman. Melee attacks of plus 6 and plus 0, 14 AC, plus 4 skill, 2 hit points. Order. Spend your adjacent character. Perform a plus 4 range strike. So this has got a lot going for it. Multiple HP. Um, for a level 3, it's decent armor class. Multiple melee attacks. And uh, if you have an adjacent character that's not going to move this turn, um, or it's not doesn't have an ability that spends that you can spend and fire this off, more power to you. This is a guy that fits multiple multiple avenues of attack. Um, and for that reason, you will probably be seeing this character on battlefields very soon. Hopefully, he's not charging at you. Next is an oldie but a goodie. This is Mad Pat Carrick. This is a level 2 evil fighter, giant monster orc ranger. That's a mouthful. Plus 3 melee attack, 10 armor class, plus 2 skill, 1 hit point. Mad Pat Carrick inflicts an additional wound with melee strikes. Um, Armor class is a little sus. that was sort of an ongoing trait with some of the monsters, some of the orcs. But all in all, particularly if you're doing fighter builds or you're having to deal with multi-wound characters or multi-hit point characters and need a way to remove them in one strike, this is one of your go-tos. So more than likely, you're gonna find room for some copies of these. Probably not as starters, although I could be wrong. Um, but um, very much as options for matchups where you see that there's multiple HP characters that you can't get through in game one. You you flip out your level twos in game two and put a couple of the Mad Pats in and start trying to uh, wreck a front line. This is a new card, uh, Makusog Steelhorn, a level 4 evil fighter, siege beast. Yes, it definitely looks it. +8 melee attack, 12 armor class, +3 skill, 3 hit points. Adjacent siege characters gain +2 to strike rolls. Not just melee, but also ranged. Limited order. Your target siege moves forward one rank. Um, this definitely has some interesting um, uses. Um, right now, we've talked about this is the third siege character that we have talked about, and there is one more that we will talk about. So you can use this on himself, or you can use it on the other ones. With Catapult Crew, um, or Flamefall. Of course, Flamefall has its own um, movement ability, but Catapult Crew, being able to drop a Catapult Crew adjacent to your Warlord, then drop a Steel Horn in the rank behind it, use the Steel Horn to move the Catapult Crew to rank 2, and let it start um, uh, firing off shot volleys. Um, would be very cool. And then you could spend to move the steel horn forward to the third rank. So now you have I won't say endless maneuver, but there it's almost like the Nothrog are trying to do more of the cavalry thing. Not that they haven't done that before, but it seems to be playing out um, um, somewhat faster at times, and I kind of like it, if you want me to be honest. Yeah, you will be scared of this thing crashing toward you. Next is Mokan, a level 4 evil rogue orc scout. Melee attacks of +6 and +2, 14 AC, +6 skill, 2 hit points. Has two abilities: Spend Order, perform 2 +4 range strikes. Limited react. After an opposing character moves without spending or stunning, move forward 1 rank or perform a +7 range strike. There's a lot to like about this. Um, Level 4, um, the limited react, the front part of the limited react, obviously, is predicated, well, the whole thing's predicated on your opponent moving without spending or stunning. Um, but a lot of decks are wanting to move their characters to um, forward so that they can get them closer to do different things. And so this is going to proc uh, quite a bit. While you're too far back, you use the move forward. When you get within range, you can use the spend order and start firing range strikes and dare them to use a movement ability that will that doesn't spend or stun them, and watch this nuke from orbit come down. All in all, a very strong character, particularly if you're like to fire arrows or siege volleys from farther behind. There's a lot to like about Mocan. Another blast from the past, and emphasis on blast. Mudflick. This is a level 1 evil rogue orc scout. +2 melee attack, 9 AC, +1 skill, 1 hit point. Order. Perform a +8 range strike. Kill Mudflick. So he's brought the explosives, and he wants to take somebody down with him. Um, you can start this character and play. I think Joleg or Bear Legion Recruit are going to be your best starters in Saga with Into the Accordlands. I definitely could see playing Mudflick as a character you drop down and say, okay, kill it or I'm going to nuke something. Um, even if you're just trading your character for another character, as long as you're trading up or trading into something that's better than this, then it ends up being good for you. Um, uh, Tricky to use correctly, though. Some of us veterans of the Accordlands are have definitely blown up a mudflick before trying to kill something and missed. So it happens. Be prepared for it. My preview card, or one of my 3 preview cards. This is Nog, Pog, and Snibbles. This is the legendary Nothrog character. Uh, a level 1 evil rogue goblin assassin, +2 fire attack, 6 armor class. Uh, +3 skill, 1 hit point. Reserved, which means you cannot start these in play. Believe me, you don't want to. Enter react. Perform a melee strike. Death react. Perform a melee strike. Banish, Nog, Pog, and Snibbles. So my best description of this card um is very simple. You want to run this card as a 3 of in your Nothrog deck. Um I would say pretty much no matter your theme. Um because you're going to play it and get a melee strike without spending. If you then get to attack with it normally, it's just a bonus. And if they kill it, trying to keep you from getting a what would technically be a third attack in, you would still get a tip performance death react. Um, these guys brought the explosives. They plan on killing something. Period. Um, this is definitely a Josh King design. I have to believe. Um, be prepared because they are going to cause havoc. You're going to want to place it. All right, next is Novice Pyro. Maybe this is the character that was from the Gen Con 2023 deck. This is a level 2 evil orc shaman, +2 fire attack, 13 armor class, +4 skill, 1 hit point. Spend order. Perform a +2 range strike. Um, so again, here's another really good spellcaster. Has an innate range strike, decent armor class. For a wizard, I mean, it's a decent base attack. If you like slinging spells, um, you probably going to enjoy the plethora of orc spell slingers in in Into the Accordlands. Let's see. Nope, 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 nope. Trying to find my boy here. Ah, yeah. If you've played some Teoth decks from the day, where you just want to light something up and throw as many spells as possible. I think there's definitely a deck out there um, uh, in from the Nothrog area that you will get to do that. Next is Ragar Root Strength. This is a level 3 good cleric, Votar Druid, +5 and +1 melee, 13 AC, +5 skill, 2 hit points. Uh, Ragar Root Strength and your adjacent characters inflict an additional wound with melee strikes targeting encumbered characters. In other words, characters with 3 or more items equipped. So if if you're playing against a dwarf or a dwarf deck, a lot of times they play a lot of items. You have certain cavalry decks that want to use like the war horses to move forward and may have a weapon on them as well. And so it only takes one more item for them to be encumbered. Um, and then there is a dragon that is already base encumbered. So you can actually, if you hit it, you can two wound it. And I think all the dragons are 3 HP. So um, I don't know if this is going to be playable out of this set alone. Uh, but Jason Engel continues to knock out every piece of new art he's done for this set. Thank you, Jason, for all of the fun that you have done in this set. I know us Warlord fans appreciate it. Next is another reprint. This is Rock. It's a level 5 good fighter, Orc Barbarian, plus 12 and plus 8 melee attack, 12 armor class, plus 7 skill, 3 hit points, unique. Wounds inflicted by rocks melee strikes may not be reduced. Limited order. Move forward 1 rank. Um, so this is our level 5 uncommon um, character for the Nothrogs. Uh, this one's a beating. Um, if you can set yourself up to be able to play this level 5 out, he has a movement ability. Um, you particularly in one warlord in particular, it's definitely one that you probably will be running. Uh, we'll get to them as we get to the warlords that are definitely coming up or getting close. Uh, all of these movement abilities are so good inherently um, to help you get to the front rank. So maybe turn one, um, everything doesn't go as planned. But if you end up drawing some of the characters that the beat sticks that you want to get to the front line for turn 2 or turn 3, things definitely can turn around in a hurry. I want to say this is a 4th edition reprint, if I recall. Here is our first warlord. This is Lot the Cruel, a level 5 evil rogue warlord goblin assassin. Melee attacks of +4, excuse me, fire attack of +4 and +8. Yes, that is correct. 15 AC, +8 skill, and 3 hit points. Order: twice per turn, destroy an equipped item. Perform a +6 range strike. After the strike, each character that was adjacent to the target must succeed with a reflex save of DC 12 or suffer a wound and become spent. So he is hurling um, items and shrapnel at your opponents. Um, Now, the question is, um, how many items are you going to be running in your deck? How many ways are you going to be able to reliably use this ability multiple times? Because you can do it twice per turn. Um, there aren't a ton of ways for you to be able to create enough items outside of just the items that you're putting on him. And then there's only so many classless and rogue items. Um, and some of the stuff, do you really want to be blowing it up? That's another question entirely. Um, I think this is the warlord that's probably not going to be good enough out. This is the legendary that I'm like, I don't know if we've got anything outside of the first set. Um, unless you're literally doing 25 characters and 25 items. Um, and I don't know if you really want to do that. Um, So, yeah, this is the one that to me that's going to be the hardest to build and build properly. Next is our other siege card. This is the Mighty Mug, a level 4 evil fighter siege giant, plus 13 melee, 11 AC, plus 1 skill, 3 hit points. Limited order. Target your adjacent equal or lower level character. Move the target forward up to 2 ranks. The target suffers a wound, then may perform a melee strike. So this dude is literally picking up an adjacent character and slinging it forward. And it's like, get up there. I don't give a crap what you want. They get wounded and they perform a melee strike. Now, I don't know. I think personally, he might be the siege card I might want to move forward. Um, um, Trying to get him to the front ranks and get this 13 attack. Honestly, 3 hit points. Gonna be might be hard to chew through. 11 AC is kind of low, but I think you can compensate for that. Um, you are in fighter, and I have your back as a legal card, so this is kind of a neat ability to sling somebody forward, them take a wound, and then you perform a melee strike. So it's for your upper level HP characters. There's definitely some potential if you want to use this as a technically a movement card, and then move him closer to get a bunch of beaters to the front ranks. Uh, we'll see. Another good piece by Lynn Hunter. Yes, these last three should be the other three warlords. So this is Vactus, Spirit's Champion, a level 5 evil fighter, warlord orc barbarian. Melee attacks of plus 8, plus 6, and plus 6, 14 AC, plus 6 skill, 4 hit points, and limited order. Move forward 1 rank. So when I see a character like this, there's a couple of older characters um, that I am very much attached to. Um, uh, the original Uthanac was only had 3 hit points, but was a plus 9, plus 4, 15 AC, and he could move limited order, move a Nothrog in your army forward or back 1 rank. Um, Obviously, that was my first warlord. Um, Now, the guy that he's a little closer toward is Artek from Hero's Gambit, who is also a level 5 evil fighter, but his attacks are plus 14, plus 9, 12 AC, 3 hit points, also has the move forward 1 rank, but he is power attack 5. So he actually has a little different bonus. Still, though, it's sort of a mixture between the two. So there's a lot of nostalgia for this. This one is the one in the starter deck. You can also pull it in boosters as a rare. Um, I will say that both Uthnak and Artek were very good for a time in with both of their factions, or in both of their environments. So it would not surprise me that Vactus would also fall under that umbrella of a powered down environment with a decently sized warlord multi striker. Uh, we shall see, but I do like the design, and I will probably. This is one of the decks that I will personally be building. Next is our uncommon warlord. This is Wusan Wolf Spirit, a level 5 good wizard, Votex Shaman, plus 4 melee strike, 14 AC, plus 9 skill, 3 hit points. Limited order, perform a plus 4 range strike, and also a limited order, put an animal token into play adjacent to Wusan Wolf Spirit. It's a mercenary level 2 good classless beast character with plus 2 physical attack, 8 armor class, plus 0 skill, and 1 hit point. Um, so if you're wanting a wizard, um, Nothrog Warlord for your Spell Blitz deck, um, here you go. This is your dude. This is the only one that we're getting. Well, this is the only non-draft one that we're getting in this set. Now, built-in ranged attack of decent strength, pretty good. You have a way to create basically, I won't say free, but uh, these tokens, these token characters are, I will say, somewhat free because while you're only allowed to have 25 characters in your deck, any card that creates extra bodies in your deck, particularly ones that you don't have to destroy or sacrifice, are extremely good. So this one allows you to help hold ranks in front of you. And particularly for a wizard deck that may not have the most powerful front line to hold ranks, this might be the perfect piece for that deck. Now, obviously, I think you've got enough. I think we have enough good wizard in Nothrog to be able to try this. I'm not fully sure if it's going to be strong enough in this deck or in this faction with the spells that we have um, to do really good in the meta. Obviously, this is no Teoth, but um, this is our option if we're doing Spell Blitz in Saga for Nothrog. I would say give it a try. I do believe that it has some merit here because you're not spending for the range strike, you're not spending for the token character creation. Um, so it does have a lot to like. And our last card is our second rare warlord. This is Warboss Ashkal, a level 5 evil fighter, orc tactician. Um, Guy works for the Lion Clan. Anyway, um, physical attacks of +7 and +5, 13 AC. Set +7 skill, 4 hit points. Your fighters that moved this turn gain power attack 5. I'll explain that feat in a moment. Limited order. Target your fighter and choose 2. The target moves forward 1 rank. That's option 1. Gains +5 attack this turn. Option 2. Gains advantage on their next melee strike this turn. That's option 3. Or performs a melee strike. So you have 4 separate options, of which you get 2 of. Um, let's go back to power attack for a moment. So power attack +5. So power attack is a skill check of a DC 20. You use the bonus plus the skill. Uh, Currently, that is a 12. So you need an 8 or better for power attack. What is power attack? Um, Power attack has 2 options. You either get +5 to the die roll on a melee strike, or you get or inflicts an additional wound when it hits. So there's a lot on this card. 13 AC is kind of low. Um, and this is a guy that he wants to be moving his fighters up to the front ranks. Um, this is kind of where running Bear Legion recruit in your front ranks is good if you're running mostly all fighters, because if they die and you push something forward, they just gain power attack for the turn. And then he has his ability, which if you always use move target fighter forward 1 rank, will get power attack, and then you can choose any of the other 3, all of which are good and has their own merits. This is probably the other Nothrog Warlord that I'm looking at. Um, I certainly believe that um, the combination of all the keywords or all the abilities on this card, um, wanting to constantly be moving your troops forward, um, having them gain power attack +5 for the turn, and then having all this bonus from the limited order is really good. Now, do note, this does say your fighters that move this turn. It does not care what faction those fighters are. Um, so if you're using mercenary fighters, for example, you definitely also could be getting quite the bonus from this. Not saying some of them are better than Nothrogs. Obviously, we'll go over that in my next breakdown video. But something to note, this one isn't locked by faction. Okay, guys, that's all of the Nothrog, my orc boys. Um, what do you think? Do you like where they are at? That you've seen all of their faction-specific cards? Um, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Leave your comments, questions, concerns, and hate mail in the comments below. I will be back next time um, with the next video in this series. Until then, no matter the game, there is no escape from the tiger.